want to share is a little bit controversial. I even did a post about this. I got a lot of comments on it, but it's something I feel very strongly about, so I'm just going to go there. And it's to skip wearing capris. So hey, this is Nana Manley. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you. I help women over 40, women just like you, experience joy and confidence in their style and learn to have fun with fashion again. So today we're going to talk about how we can use clothes to artfully conceal and reveal certain parts of our body and to look slimmer over 40. So clothes are a strategic tool in your arsenal, just like lipstick, just like mascara, just like any of the things that we use to help ourselves look and feel our absolute best. So just knowing what works, and when you want to slim down, or you're feeling like you've had a little bit too much to eat during your stay-at-home time, or if you feel like you haven't been as strict with your exercise or your diet or whatever, or you just want to look longer and leaner in general. These are some strategies that I have used with clients for years that I know are effective. They totally work. Celebrities use them, stylists use them, and now you can use them. They're super easy to pull off at home. So let's get started. The first strategy is one that I share all the time. If you've been following me for a while, if you've watched any of my videos on Facebook, this is something I like to say often because it bears repeating, and it's don't point where you don't want somebody to look. So this is critical because I can't tell you how many women are self-conscious about certain parts of their body. Maybe it's their belly, maybe it's their neck, maybe it's their thighs, and they put a detail, whether it's an accessory or a hemline or an embellishment or embroidery, any detail on your clothing is going to draw the eye to that part of your body or that part of your face. So keep that in mind. Don't point where you don't want someone to look. You don't love your belly? Maybe don't put a huge belt buckle there. If you don't love your mid thighs, then don't let your shorts end there. If you don't love your upper arms, then your sleeves should not hit at the widest spot of your upper arm. If you feel like your bust line is prominent and you have a really full bust and you want to downplay it, keep in mind that if you are wearing your sleeves at this length, you are going to intersect the bust line and really pull the eye towards your full bust. So keep in mind that any detail, hemlines, embroidery, embellishments, accessories, all of those are going to draw the eye to that part of your body. So don't point where you don't want somebody to look. The next detail I want to look at is adding that third piece. So I know this sounds like it might be counterintuitive because more fabric sometimes makes people feel like they're going to look fuller or bigger, but the opposite is true. For many reasons, I always advocate trying to incorporate a third piece into an outfit. Obviously, midsummer, you're going to wear a sundress, you're not going to wear a jacket over it. But when this does work for the climate or the day or your lifestyle, it's a great trick to incorporate into your arsenal. So basically, adding a third piece just means that you're going to add an additional item that is going to sort of visually slim the outside of your body. So for example, right now I'm wearing a blouse and pants. Now, especially if the blouse and pants are on the same length, I'm creating a monochromatic column in the middle that visually lengthens my eye and slims my whole body. Visually lengthens my body and slims the whole look. So adding that third piece, the jacket on the outside, completes this picture of me looking slim and where you just see the inside. So you're visually erasing this part of your body and this part of your body when you're wearing a jacket. And the eye is just drawn to that part in the middle and sees that as being your whole silhouette. So just a really little effective trick to play. You can do it with a boyfriend cardigan, you can do it with a moto jacket, a slouchy, but especially if the line of the jacket is long, you're going to get that long look and it's going to look like that line in the middle of your body, the column of color, the monochromatic base that you have in the middle of your outfit is the entire width of your body. So really an easy and effective way to look slimmer and also more stylish, because a third piece, a completer piece, always adds something to an outfit. You'll notice that very Rarely will you see a celebrity out and about with an outfit that's only got 2 pieces in it. So maybe the completer piece is in a jacket, maybe it's a statement pair of shoes, or a great bag, or an amazing accessory, but there's always something that kind of ties the look together and makes it look extra stylish. So for slimming and for style, adding that third piece is so critical. The next thing I want to talk about is something I hinted at in the last tip, and that's creating a monochromatic column of color. So a lot of times our eye automatically goes, or our mind automatically goes towards black, and we think black head to toe is going to be slimming. And yes, while that may be true, black may be a harsh color for you. I'm going to do a video on neutrals where I discuss whether black is really the best dark neutral for you. A dark neutral can be anything from black to navy to charcoal to chocolate, but choosing a dark neutral that really flatters your skin tone and your overall coloring is going to be really important. But any dark neutral and any color, honestly, it can be a light neutral, it can be a color that's worn head to toe, is going to create that elongating monochromatic effect that is automatically slimming and also super stylish. The next tip that I want to share is also a little counterintuitive, and it's to add extra fabric. So a lot of times when we find that something is not flattering for us, it's because the fabric is really thin and kind of shows all of the lumps and bumps. So having an additional layer of fabric, having a lining, having ruching or gathering or draping or tiers or ruffles, any detail that adds an additional layer of fabric over the base layer is going to minimize the lumps and bumps that are evident on your body and really just create a longer and sleeker and leaner overall look. And this is true whether you're talking about thinner fabrics or thicker fabrics. Obviously, adding a lot of bulk on the outside of your body is not going to be flattering, but adding strategic ruffles, tiers, lining, ruching, gathering, draping, just a little extra fabric, and when that fabric is drapey and falls properly, it's like magic. You've eliminated and reduced parts of your body that were stressing you out before, and suddenly you look longer and leaner and slimmer. The next tip I want to share is one that seems a little bit obvious, but I can't tell you how often I experience this when I'm working with clients, and it's that clothes should fit. So a lot of times when we want to conceal something or we're self-conscious about something, we're tempted to hide, and we hide under layers of bulky clothing. And I can honestly tell you this is one of the least flattering things you can do for your body. So adding a lot of extra fabric where there's a lot of space between you and the clothes is really just going to have the opposite effect that you want it to have. It's going to make you look fuller and heavier, especially if the outfit happens to be long and loose. If it's looser and you're showing a little bit of leg or you're showing some arm, then that's going to be a little bit more of a flattering look. But in general, having clothes that skim the body, that fit close to the body without hugging the body, is going to be your best bet. So you don't want either extreme. You don't want something oversized and voluminous unless you're 6 feet tall and weigh 120 pounds, and then you can wear whatever you want. But you also don't want something skin tight where you see the fabric stretching over your parts of your body and your skin, and it just looks like you're just bundled up in the fabric. So you don't want either of those extremes, because neither are going to be flattering. You want clothes that skim your silhouette, that fit your body properly, that are tailored to really hug your curves without stretching over them. That's always going to be the best silhouette for almost anybody. Also, keep in mind that if you are going to wear something that's loose and flowy, then keep something else in the outfit more fitted to create that sense of balance. So for example, this is a really universal rule. It doesn't matter whether you are slim or full. It's just flattering to always try to find that balance in your outfits between a fuller piece or flowier piece and a more fitted piece. Flowy and fitted in the same look is always going to be better. If you're going to go for streamlined overall, then you want clothes that fit and skim your shape without hugging and without overwhelming. The next tip I want to share is color blocking. So color blocking is everywhere in style right now, and there are a lot of different ways to look at color blocking. I'm color blocking this outfit by putting a bright contrasting jacket over a neutral blouse. So if I was wearing a black top and black pants with this jacket, then I would have one column of color and then a color block of hot pink on the outside. So that's one way to look at color blocking. Another way to look at color blocking is to highlight a part of your body with a brighter or lighter color and minimize another part of your body with a darker or softer color. So this is another way of color blocking. You can have 2, 3, 4 colors worn together that are maybe harmonizing with each other on the color wheel, that are close to each other on the color wheel, and create that color blocking effect and really direct where you want people to look. So a brighter color is going to draw the eye. A darker color, of course, is going to be a little bit more minimizing. So that's another way of doing color blocking. Finally, a dress or a top that has color blocking built in, that is one and done, is such a great solution. So for example, I have a dark green dress that is green in the middle. I'm going to show you the picture, and it's green in the middle, and then it's got black panels along the sides. So it really kind of minimizes your waist, whittles your waist, and you just see that dark column of forest green. If the color contrast between the green and the black was even stronger, you would even see this a little bit more dramatically. But outfits that are color blocked, dresses and tops that have that detail where the sides of the item are cut out so that you look slimmer and longer and leaner, are always going to be a flattering way to look slimmer in your clothes. Okay, the next tip I want to share is a little bit controversial. I even did a post about this. I got a lot of comments on it, but it's something I feel very strongly about, so I'm just going to go there. And it's to skip wearing capris. So look at celebrities, your age, your size, your body type. They're out there, and look at the way that they're dressing and how they're presenting themselves. They are not wearing capris because for the most part, capris are an instant ager, and they're instantly going to make you look boxier, shorter, stouter, shapeless. So they're not going to do you any favors. So really skip the classic capri that is sold for women over 40, because those are, I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they sell these silhouettes that they know are not going to make anybody look cute. But a lot of women think, oh, well, I don't want to wear shorts anymore. And well, these are a little cooler. They're marginally cooler. I mean, you're showing this much of your legs, so they're not really that much cooler. And they just become a go-to for women without really looking at whether that length is going to flatter you. So the boxiness and the shape of these pants is really what's going to be the killer. That, and then the fact that they cut off your legs and make your legs look like a short rectangle, just not a good look. So there are alternatives. Fortunately, you can do an ankle pant that's a little bit more fitted all the way down to the bottom and hits at the ankle, shows that ankle bone, which is really, really flattering. I'm going to get to that in the next step. Or you can do like a flowy wide leg pant that also hits at that spot or higher. So you really want to avoid that hem, like I said, to a point where you don't want anyone to look. You want to avoid that hem that hits at the widest part of your calf, which is generally a big part of the problem with these pants. And find a spot on your leg that you're really happy with. Generally, it's going to be around the ankle. Most women like their ankles. So if you do, then an ankle pant is going to be a much more stylish and more slimming alternative to capris. The next tip I want to share, and the one that I hinted at in the last tip, is to show your wrists and ankles. So in general, this is a really, really flattering part of a woman's body. So are her ankles, and so is this collarbone area. So anytime you can show just a little bit of skin here or on your ankles, you're going to look slimmer overall. When you're really covering everything and it's all covered with structure and you really can't see any of your silhouette, it's going to have the opposite effect that you want. So instead, pull your sleeves up. I almost always, even though this jacket was tailored to fit me, I still like to show this part of my arm whenever possible. It just gives me a slimmer and also less short taller appearance. That's the word I was looking for, taller appearance. So showing your wrists can have that effect, showing your ankles can have that effect, and showing your collarbone. If you are fuller busted, a lot of times women who are fuller busted feel like they look fuller all over. So showing this part of your body is going to always be a really flattering look, but especially if you have a fuller bust. So show your wrists, your ankles, and your collarbone. The final tip I want to share, and one I think is just critical to look at in general, is a vertical line in your clothing. So creating a vertical line is pretty simple. This jacket, wearing a blazer of any kind, a boyfriend cardigan, any long line on the outside, as I mentioned earlier, is a great visual trick and creates that vertical line. Also, having a neckline that goes down rather than across creates a vertical line. Having a long necklace also creates a vertical line. So there are many ways to do this, but keeping the eye moving up and down is really going to be a great way of just slenderizing and slimming. Is slenderizing a word? Slenderizing. Slimming, lengthening, doing all the flattering that we want our clothes to do. So try to create that vertical line whenever possible, especially over an area where you feel like you have a little bit of extra volume or a little extra bulk and you want to minimize that area. Really, really a great choice if you've got a fuller bust. Also, if you have shorter legs, then having a line like almost like a tuxedo stripe down the side of your pants is going to be a really good look. Even with joggers and leggings, they've got those vertical lines down the side. Really lengthening, really slimming, makes the eye go up and down rather than side to side. And who doesn't want that? So I hope that these tips were helpful. Really talked a lot about how we can look slimmer in our clothes over 40. So I know that looking slimmer is not the be all or end all for anybody, but we all want to look and feel our best. And so if this is something that's interesting to you, let me know. Give me a like, share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have any strategies that you use? Because I know that I did not even begin to cover all of the ideas here. For example, I know I didn't talk about shapewear. Maybe I'll do a separate video on shapewear, which I think is such a critical part of looking slimmer over 40. Finding comfortable shapewear you can wear day in and day out. But I'd love to hear your tips and your thoughts below in the comments. Give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends. I'm here every Tuesday and every Friday sharing tips and techniques and strategies to help you just have fun with fashion again, love style, and love your life. So hope that was helpful. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me till the end. I'll talk to you later.